You are welcome to the Messiah Revelation channel, Prophetic End Time Ministry. We are looking at Babylon and we are identifying Babylon spoken of in the Bible. The Bible talks about Babylon and has devoted 2 chapters in the book of Revelation to Babylon, chapter 17 and chapter 18 of the book of Revelation. There is a lot of confusion about Babylon. Which nation is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation? If we identify that nation, then we will know the nation that will be the headquarters of the Antichrist, and we also know the nation that is going to be destroyed. Babylon is unique. It's unique in the scriptures because Babylon will be destroyed in a very special way. There are certain things that are unique about Babylon, the nation that is going to be destroyed, and we need to know which nation is Babylon. Why do you want to know? You want to know because when you know Babylon, then you know the nation that is going to be destroyed in the end times, which is now. And so many people are they are giving they've made commentaries about Babylon, and some people think Babylon is located in Iraq, the old place of the old Babylon. Some people believe that Babylon is Rome because they assume that Rome is the city on 7 hills, and they are equating that with the Babylon spoken of in the Bible, in the book of Revelation. And they assume that Pope Francis was going to be the last pope, and they are relying on the prophecy on Saint Malachi, the prophecy of Saint Malachi, to conclude that Rome is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation, because Rome is the headquarters of the Roman Catholic Church. Rome is the center of the Roman Empire, and they assume that Rome, the city Rome, is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. I believe that United States is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. And when I say I believe, it's based upon what the Lord has shown me. In this video, I'm not going to talk about what the Lord has shown me because the Lord has shown me so many things, and based upon those revelations, I conclude that America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. And in order to not to waste time and also not to make a long video, I'm not focusing on what the Lord has shown me about America that has made me to conclude that America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. I'm not going to do that in this video. I will dedicate a special video on what the Lord has shown me about America, which has given me the revelation that America indeed is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. In this video, we are going to show why Babylon is so unique and why we should know which country is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. And the Bible talks about Babylon in several places, and in the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and chapter 18, and in the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, talks about Babylon. So let's start with the book of Isaiah chapter 13, 13 verse 1. a prophecy against Babylon, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice into them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the noble. Isaiah chapter 13, talking about the burden against Babylon. The burden against Babylon, the calamity that is coming to Babylon. The prophet Isaiah talked about the burden against Damascus in Isaiah chapter 17, and Damascus is going to be destroyed. It will be desolate. In chapter 13, the prophet Isaiah is talking about the burden against Babylon, indicating Babylon has a burden coming, a coming destruction, and the Lord is commanding his forces to go into the gates of the nobles of Babylon. And the Lord is also saying again in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 9, it's a warning. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. The Lord is going to lay Babylon desolate, and Babylon is unique. It's a unique country, and it will be destroyed in a unique manner. So today we are going to look at the specifics of Babylon in Revelation chapter 18. There's four things that we are going to talk about. The first one, we are going to talk about the future of Babylon and why the future of Babylon, United States, is so unique. And here we'll rely on what has been said in the book of Revelation, Revelation chapter 18, verse 2. And he cried out, he's talking about an angel who was shown to Apostle John, and he cried out mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So that's the first characteristics of the future of Babylon. Babylon, America, the Babylon of our days, will be the only nation where in the future demons and unclean spirits will dwell in that nation. After its desolation, after its destruction, people will not be living in America. Men and women will not be living in America. America will be taken over by unclean spirits. It will be taken over by demons, and it will be the habitation of demons and unclean spirits. And that is decreed in the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 2. So America, with great cities and with great people, it will be desolate, and some animals will take over, some spirits will take over. America will become the habitation of demons, unclean spirits, and you see that there are a lot of demonic activities coming from Babylon even before its final destruction. And after its destruction, Babylon will be inhabited by demons and unclean spirits and unclean animals, as decreed in the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 2. Babylon, America, also has a unique charge, allegations against Babylon. It is an oracle against Babylon, and Babylon is the only nation that is accused of committing fornication with the kings of the earth. And here we see Revelation chapter 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. The Lord is giving you an idea of Babylon, which nation is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation, and the Lord is giving you an identifying characters and facts. America, Babylon is the only nation that is accused of committing fornication with the kings of the earth. And here the Lord is talking also about the merchants of America, the business people, the military industrial complex, the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. America boasts about being the richest nation in the world. Their leaders are boasting about making America rich again, great again. And so America is the nation that fits the description in the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 3, causing the kings of the earth to drink from the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And fornication here refers to all the sinful things, the immoral things, the things that are abominable that are coming into and out of America, Babylon. In our time, there's no nation in the world that has spread the demonic doctrines of freedom, including the freedom to worship any other thing, freedom to worship any religion, is constitutionalized in America, and the freedom to hold any flag, including the flag of the LGBT, and the freedom to have any gender in your passport, and that is America. And so there's no nation in Europe, in Africa, or Asia that has caused the kings, the leaders of the world, to drink from the wine of wrath of her fornication. And the third characteristics of Babylon identified in the Bible is clear, and it is clear because Babylon is the only nation where the Lord commands people to come out of before that nation's destruction. In the old Babylon, it didn't happen. In the new Babylon, America, it will happen. And here we see the command coming from an angel of Elohim in Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. America is the only nation where before its destruction, the Lord will command the inhabitants to come out of her. And here it shows that America is unique. It's unique in the way that is going to be destroyed, and it's also going to be unique because the Lord is going to command people to come out of America before that nation is destroyed. And you can only compare that with Sodom and Gomorrah. where the Lord commanded Lot and his family to leave the Sodomite city, the wicked city, before its destruction. And that analogy is very clear, and that symbolism is very clear, that in the end of days, in the days of the wrath, in the days of the destruction of America, an angel will command inhabitants of Babylon, America, to leave before the nation is destroyed. And I must emphasize that the prophet Isaiah, in Isaiah 48 verse 20, and also in Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 8, commanded people to leave Babylon before its final destruction. Jeremiah says, flee out of the land of the Chaldees. And Isaiah also uses the same phrase, flee out of the land of the Chaldees. You have to remember that Isaiah chapter 13 talks about the burden against Babylon. The burden against Babylon means the destruction of Babylon. The burden against Damascus in Isaiah chapter 17 means the destruction of Damascus. And when the prophet Isaiah talks about the burden against Babylon in Isaiah chapter 13, you should read the whole chapter of Isaiah, and you know that Isaiah is talking about a Babylon of our time. And I believe, based upon the scriptures, that America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. And the fourth fact is very important, and it distinguishes America from any other nation. And here we are going to the fourth fact, why America is so different from other nations in the end times. Is different because when America is finally destroyed, something will happen in heaven, and people will rejoice in heaven. And it is the only nation that will cause the whole heaven to rejoice because that nation has been destroyed. So America will be the only nation in history, in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, where the whole heavens will be asked to rejoice because that nation has been destroyed. And so we read from Revelation 18 verse 20, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. The prophet, the Apostle John in Revelation chapter 18 verse 20 is talking about how the whole heaven was commanded to rejoice because of the destruction of Babylon, America. It is not me who will rejoice. It's not you who will rejoice. The apostles, the holy apostles. And Apostle John is writing in Revelation chapter 18 verse 20, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. The Lord has avenged you on Babylon. It means that the Lord has remembered the atrocities and calamities committed by Babylon, even Babylon, America. And because of that, the Lord will command the holy apostles and the holy prophets and the whole heaven to rejoice. So America is unique because it is the only country which, after is destroyed, it is destroyed with fire, the whole heavens will rejoice. And if you read the book of Revelation, and there are only 3 instances where people rejoice. People rejoice when Satan was cast out of heaven, thrown out of heaven. People rejoice. Heavens rejoice. And when the saints were invited to the marriage supper of the Lamb, heavens rejoice. And on the occasion of the desolation and destruction of Babylon, which I believe to be United States, the whole heavens will rejoice. And if you read Revelation chapter 18, verse 5, the sins of Babylon will have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities, the iniquities of Babylon, and the Lord will give her double portion of her iniquities, double portion of the assassination of foreign leaders, double portion of persecution of the children of God, the chosen of God. I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelites who were kidnapped, captured, and sent on ships, and they were sent onto plantations in America. And through their sweat and toil, America was developed. America was developed not because of capitalism, it was developed because of free labor, unpaid labor. And the Lord will remember America about the unpaid labor, the slave labor, and the captivity and oppression of the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen of God, who were taken from their land, and they were taken to plantations in North America. I'm talking about Babylon, United States. And as a result of that, the whole apostles and the prophets in heaven, the angels in heaven, they will be commanded to rejoice when Babylon, America, is finally destroyed. And so here, the Lord is giving you unique characteristics of Babylon, America. And the first characteristics the Lord is giving to you is that it is a country whose future will be a future of demons and unclean spirits, because animals and unclean spirits and fowls and birds will inhabit Babylon, America, after it is finally and utterly destroyed. And America will be a nation that committed fornication with the kings of the earth, cause every nation to drink from the wrath of the fornication. Uh, it means that Americans' culture, Americans' economics and politics has infiltrated every nation in the world, and every nation has followed the example of America. And America will be held responsible for causing the kings of the earth to drink from the wrath of her fornication. And of course, America will be unique because before it is destroyed, an angel will command inhabitants to come out of her spiritually and physically before its destruction. And the prophet Isaiah has already warned in Isaiah 48:20 that people should come out of the land of the Chaldees. The prophet is using the land of the Chaldees to describe Babylon, America. The prophet Jeremiah in Jeremiah 50 verse 8 is also using the land of the Chaldees to describe America. And the scripture is very clear that the chosen of God, the children of God, the Hebrew Israelites, they will dwell in the land of their enemy. And when you see Hebrew Israelites dwelling in America, it means that America, Babylon, America, is considered an enemy of God, and the Lord will deal with America the same way the Lord will deal with his enemies. America will be destroyed, utterly destroyed with fire, and you have to come out of fear. You must heed the admonition in Isaiah 48 verse 20 and Jeremiah 50 verse 8 to come out of fear before her total destruction. Oh heavens, oh the heavens and the earth, they will be commanded to rejoice because Babylon, America will have been destroyed. As I said, I'll do a separate video on why I believe that America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. It's based upon the revelations that have been given to me over the years that have made me to conclude that America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation, and America is described in Isaiah 13, Revelation 17, and Revelation chapter 18. And so if you see Babylon, America, you know the nation that is going to be destroyed with brimstone and fire. You know the nation that is going to be the headquarters of the Antichrist. And you know the nation that will take so many people into tribulation. And you know the nation whose destruction will be celebrated by the host of heaven. Thank you for watching this video, and I will do a separate video on why I believe that America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. Thank you for watching this video. My email is raptureafrica@yahoo.com. Thank you very much.